She died and spoke to God. The miraculous encounter that defies explanation. In the perplexing chronicles of March 2003, my son, merely 4 months old, bore witness to the tumultuous saga of my pregnancy, entangled in the web of gallbladder-related maladies. An unrelenting onslaught of lightheadedness prompted the medical fraternity to cast suspicion upon a pregnancy-induced affliction. The saga unfolded post-delivery as my consciousness grappled with ceaseless turmoil, culminating in the dire necessity of emergency surgery. Gallstones, like malevolent gatekeepers, obstructed the common bile duct, plunging me into the surgical abyss from 8:30 a.m. to the interminable hour of 9:30 p.m. Emerging from the post-surgical haze, I found myself ensconced within the confines of a room, a gastric suction tube tethering me to reality as an impending sense of frailty loomed ominously. Beyond the corporeal confines, I embarked upon a journey through a Stygian tunnel surrounded by ethereal wanderers. The denouement awaited at the tunnel's terminus, a resplendent, luminous light, heralding both relief and an overpowering surge of love, an emotion hitherto alien to my being. Fearlessly plunging into the light, a silhouette materialized, unfurling the tapestry of my life's tribulations. In vehement protest, I uttered, "I refuse to endure this anew. Life is an arduous odyssey." The silhouette retorted, "The power to metamorphose rests with you. Your untainted soul harbors the potential to be a harbinger of solace to many. Your presence on earth is indispensable." Visions of my son flickered, and I spiraled backward, re-entering a room reminiscent of a defibrillation chamber. Surveying my inert form on the surgery table, I eavesdropped on medical discourse heralding my ostensible demise. The doctor, with solemn finality, proclaimed the time of death, yet a nurse, championing the vitality of my youth, pleaded for a final gambit. Reluctantly, the doctor acceded, initiating a conclusive shock. Recoiling back into corporeal confines, the residue of the ethereal experience eluded recollection. Within my chamber, nurses alluded to a miraculous return, answering inquiries with evasive ambiguity, laying bare the implausible authenticity of the unfolding saga. Letitia's brush with the ethereal climaxed, segueing into a second near-death episode during the delivery of my third progeny, where an unexpected communion with God unfurled. Amidst the throes of childbirth, the conduit of inhaled anesthetic embraced my consciousness via a mask. Despite the skeptic's cynical gaze, it is paramount to underscore the lucidity that permeated my being throughout this odyssey. Self-administering the inhalant, I engaged in a discourse with the attending doctor, pacifying his concerns regarding my cognitive coherence. A celestial entity, whom my perceptions construed as God, beckoned for a dialogue, seizing a rare moment of undivided attention. At a juncture, an imminent sense of physical peril coursed through my senses, later corroborated by the revelation of plummeting blood pressure. Amidst the doctor's frenzied maneuvers, God assured the continuation of my earthly sojourn, mollifying my apprehensions. Throughout this ethereal colloquy, profound insights into life and religion unfurled as I posed queries that were met with divine responses. Yet, God forewarned that upon resuming consciousness, the veil of temporary oblivion would cloak the assimilated wisdom, permitting me only to retain the memory of the celestial conversation. Upon a full reawakening, the shrouded knowledge greeted my awareness, a twinge of initial disappointment trailing in its wake. However, the overwhelming realization that God had personally conversed with me, acknowledging my individuality, eclipsed any semblance of disenchantment. Until this juncture, the enigma has remained clandestine, relegated solely to the sacred pages of my journal, unburdened by the onus of imparting messages or the mandate to others. Weeks later, an extraordinary event transpired. My confidant, K.L., heavy with the expectancy of her inaugural progeny and sharing the same obstetrician-gynecologist, became ensnared in the clutches of childbirth trepidation. Desperation for solace impelled her to seek a meticulous account of my birthing ordeal, each detail stoking the flames of her apprehensions. Despite grappling with my own postpartum tribulations, I endeavored to offer solace, navigating the delicate terrain of assuaging her childbirth anxieties with an uncertain compass. In the enigmatic realm of early parenthood, my son, typically serene, intermittently succumbed to nocturnal wails, rupturing the fabric of my repose. On a peculiar night, when he was a mere 4 weeks old, I found myself abruptly jolted into consciousness at the bewitching hour of 3:00 am, a departure from the customary embrace of my profound slumber. A sudden awakening gripped me, my heart pulsating in a frenzied rhythm, accompanied by excruciating pain that mirrored the contours of contractions. Instinctively, I navigated through the torment, summoning LeMay's techniques reminiscent of bygone years. A peculiar intuition enveloped me. Kay, in the throes of labor, birthing her child. Strangely assured, I harbored the conviction that I was intimately sharing in her agony. This surreal communion endured for an elusive span of 10 to 15 minutes before dissipating, allowing me to seamlessly slip back into the realm of Morpheus. As dawn unfurled its tentative rays, Kay's husband, an unwitting messenger, phoned, heralding the news of Kay's newfound motherhood, an event that transpired in the nocturnal hours. To his bemusement, I uncannily disclosed the precise timing, leaving him perplexed. The source of my premonition remained my guarded secret. Transitioning to the culminating near-death odyssey within the video's tapestry, the parting utterance reverberated in my consciousness. We harbored doubts about her survival. Instantaneously, I found myself traversing a somber tunnel, its terminus illuminated by a celestial radiance that beckoned me. Stepping into the luminous embrace, I encountered a being of ethereal light, an entity radiating an ineffable tranquility. This luminous being conveyed that I had returned home, but harbored an imperative to revisit the earthly realm for a designated purpose. The intricacies of this mission would elude my comprehension until my sojourn on Earth recommenced. The being illuminated a serene world attainable through faith and collective support, seeking my agreement to return, contribute to the assigned tasks, and ultimately recapture the essence of my authentic self and earthly purpose. Post-task fulfillment, a return to the celestial abode awaited me. The journey back to the earthly domain unfolded as a formidable challenge, marked by the crucible of pain and suffering. The descent echoed an acute awareness of the material plane. Despite the hardships, the homecoming bequeathed me an unparalleled understanding of life, liberating me from the shackles of death-related dread and imbuing me with a crystalline clarity regarding my purpose on this terrestrial sphere. With the resonant echo of the final near-death odyssey, we draw the curtain on this profound narrative. Share your musings in the comments below. Until our paths converge again, remain ensconced in safety, and may the blessings of existence continue to grace your journey.